Welcome to Toys of Primus, and this video is going to be about the Haslab Galactus, which finally got shipped out this year. I believe the project went up last year, and they reached their goal, and it finally went into production, but they weren't getting these out until this year, 2022. And they are getting them out quite quickly. So if you were one of the backers of this $400 Galactus, consider yourself lucky. So I will be quickly covering basically all the articulation and the light up features of this awesome Galactus figure here. I will be slightly reviewing some of these guys. I said slightly only because some of the joints are still stiff. I tried warming them up before doing this video, but some of those joints were not moving. And I bought out some small 4-inch marble figures here to display around Galactus to see what he looks like with 4-inch figures. But this is sort of going to be a re-review, because I already did a video for this on a different channel. But this video, you're going to get sort of a different type of review. Somewhat the same, but somewhat different at the same time. Alright, let's get right into it. Should I go into the light up features first, or the articulation? Let's start out with the articulation. So his head can go left and right. It can pop off like so, and that's what the joint looks like for the head. Alright, put that back on. Did not mean to pop that off. I was trying to demonstrate the head going back that much, but if I try to move it any further, it's gonna definitely pop off that joint. And it can move down about that much, but it has the ab joints to make him kind of like look down even further. Alright, for the arms, let's see. Can go forward and back like that. You can also move the arms outward like so. Alright, so he has a bicep cut right there, so you can turn that. Nice ratcheted joints. He has elbow articulation, and that's what the elbow looks like. And going down to the hands, you can rotate the hands. You can also pivot them. And why is Galactus giving me why is Galactus giving me one of his fingers? Okay, yeah, so the fingers are articulated. You can pose them any way you like. It has multiple joints in the fingers. I think for each finger there's like three movable joints. And for the thumb, there's like 2 movable joints. They're all articulated and posable, which is really cool. So you can make Galactus give like the rock and roll devil horns. Like, yeah, rock and roll, man, rock and roll. And it's the same for the other hand as well. He has, if I can carefully demonstrate this, articulated joints. One thing about his arm though, if you try to like put the arms directly in front of him, they're gonna spread out a bit. I'll show you what I mean. See how they look like kind of spread out a bit? It's mainly because of this layered armored piece on his upper body. So that's why the arms are going to spread out a bit if you try to get him directly in front of him. So he does have, I think he has an ab crunch. It looks like it. Yeah, so you can get him to twist. However, this layered armor piece, see these pieces, they're all kind of like connected together. It's going to make it difficult to make him fully turn at that torso. So I would not recommend doing that unless you want to, I don't know, stress the plastic on the armor there. But the joints are there for his abs, upper abs area. The legs now. Oh, this is going to be difficult. So I'm going to have to move the tripod down. All the proper joints are there, so you could kind of have them like kicking out or kicking. Ugh. The joints are so tight that it's a difficult task to do for this video, but to let you guys know, that the joints are definitely there. Hold on, lift the skirt piece up. See, the joints are there, so you can have them kicking forward or back, and you could even have them in a sitting position, which I'm not going to even try to attempt to do because I have a tough time moving the leg joints on this big guy here because he's so massive. But the legs do indeed go forward and back, and you can have them sitting down. And of course the knee joints, which are nice and tight. Got nice tight knee joints there. He also has a thigh cut, which, wait, right there, like under the skirt area, so you could turn the leg. And I did not know the boots can turn. I believe when I did my other video on this guy, I did not cover that part. I'm gonna need two hands to turn that boot back into place. So yeah, the boots actually turn. I did not know about that before. But he has like these foot guard pieces where his feet can, it can pivot up pretty far and pivot down pretty good. In addition to this giant Haslab Galactus, he comes with two extra faces that you can swap out. A cool like skeleton face to make him look zombified, and a angry face to swap out with the calm face I have in there. He also comes with a swappable head of Dr. Doom. There you go. You can check out all the awesome detail on his mask there. And I found out that nothing on this guy lights up once I activate the light up features. Yeah. The only thing that lights up on this guy here is the chest and different parts of the head. So like all these blue circles there, his eyes, the side of his helmet there light up. So I can demonstrate that right now before I get to the swappable head and swappable faces. So it takes four AAA batteries. I can show you where they go. So if I could just pop off the head. On top of the head, this part lifts right off. There we go. And there's the battery compartment. Just unscrew that and put in two AAA batteries for the head. All right. So that just goes back on there. There we go. So the other battery compartment, if I turn Galactus around here, is hidden behind this armored piece. This just pops off. Do it with this hand so it's easier to see, like that. And you just unscrew that compartment and put in another set of two AAA batteries. So I was a bit confused why it needed two for the back and two for the head, because I found out that if you push the button on his chest, it will also light up the lights for the helmet as well. But I think the point of it is, so let's say if you just want to have the head light up and not the chest, you know, if you just want to have one or the other light up. But I don't know. See, I'll demonstrate that right now. Just pop his head back on. All right. Whoops, I accidentally I pushed a button on the back of Galactus here, because the button is located right there. What I meant to do is I was going to press that button, because that was going to light up not only the chest, but it was going to light up this as well. And I think that's the point of having two AAA batteries in two different locations on the figure here. Is so, like, let's say if you just want to have this light up and not this, you can just push the button on the helmet. Or if you just want to activate everything, just push the button on the chest and it'll activate his lights. And here, I'll turn off one of these lights so you guys can kind of see that better. And it does do that. It does kind of like pulsates or blinks. The only downside to this is you cannot manually turn this off unless you physically remove the batteries. So it stays like this for at least 2 to 3 minutes, and then it'll shut off by itself. That's the only thing I don't like about the light up feature. I would have preferred an off feature, you know, an off button where I could just, okay, I'm done showing off the lights, boop, off. No, it stays like this. And I tried many different ways, or many possible ways that I could try to turn this off. I even tried holding the button down, and all it did is just made the lights pulsate a little bit. So yeah, it's just gonna stay on like that for a little bit, and then they'll shut off by itself. But once again, I would prefer a shut off button. All right. Remove Galactus's head, and we can swap it with Dr. Doom's head there. There we go. Very easy to pop off and pop on. Now you have Dr. Doom's head on Galactus's body. There we go. Move out the fingers a bit. And the articulation for the other head is, you know, pretty basic. Left, right, down, up a little bit, but only about that much. I'll show it from the side. Yeah, because I think that part of the hood is colliding with a piece of the back there of Galactus. There we go. Alright, so the only other thing here to demonstrate is the swappable faces. So to do that, there's a groove right there. You can see it, like right where my finger is. Just want to force your finger in there, pop that out. There you go. And gonna have to swap hands here. Let's see. Grab the angry face, and that just pops on. Whoop, the lights on Galactus just shut off. There you go. And once again, I could just push that button again. Get those lights going again with his angry face. There you go. Or if you want his more zombified looking face, whoop, get that out. Just swap it with the skull face there, so you can have the undead Galactus, which looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie, it looks awesome. Really like how that face sculpt came out. Yeah, if you want to see what that looks like on the Galactus body, I can do that. Just pop that off, and there you go. Pop that on, there you go. Maybe ball his hands up into a fist. And there you go. You have Undead Galactus. Looks pretty awesome. So here are the 3 additional action figures that are included with the Haslab Galactus. You get Frankie Ray, Morg, and of course the well-known character, Silver Surfer, of course. And I have to say, out of all of these 3, I like how Morg came out. He looks so awesome. I really like his sculpt. So this is going to be a very brief review. I'm going to have to gloss over a lot of things, mainly because I thought I warmed up some of these joints, but some of them are still stiff. So my apologies if I'm just glossing over a lot of things. But, you know, if you are a collector, especially a collector of Marvel Legends, then I shouldn't have to tell you guys about articulation. You guys should all know about that stuff. I mean, the joints are there. You can see it. You know, has all, or at least most of the basic joints for a Marvel Legends action figure. Also, both display pieces, they stand just fine on a flat surface, in case if you do not want to put them in the palms of Galactus. But for Frankie Ray's display stand, it does have grooves in there for her feet. So if you just want to, you know, squeeze her feet in there somehow and have her posed in a way where she's in a, you know, really awesome action dynamic pose or whatever. I mean, that requires some messing around with, because getting her feet in there, it's sort of a hassle, but it can be done. But it is also worth mentioning, in case if you guys are wondering, you know, if you have not seen the pictures already of this thing in the palms of Galactus with her standing in it. That's basically what it's intended for. Moving on to my favorite, Morg, who looks incredibly awesome for a Marvel Legends figure. They did a really great job. Oh no, the camera's going out of focus. There he is. Look how awesome he looks. Comes with a battle axe. No swappable hands. Oh, by the way, Frankie Ray has 2 sets of swappable hands. I kept them inside the plastic. And the same thing with Silver Surfer. He also has, I think, 2 additional sets of swappable hands, which I also kept in the plastic, by the way, because I didn't want to lose them. For Morg here, I've seen no extra hands, though. When I inspected the box, there was no extra hands, so these are what are, you know, included with Morg. What you see is what you get. But yeah, I'll just gloss over most of the articulation. You know, all the joints are there for the legs. Of course, this pivots and rocks side to side like that. Of course, all the basic arm movements for a Marvel Legends figure. And you could turn the wrist in there. And the head, yeah, maybe I should mention the head is slightly hindered. I mean, you could somewhat turn it a bit side to side, but you could turn him right there at the waist. He does have waist articulation. So that's how they got it around that, I guess, because the hair, all that sculpted hair on his back is hindering it from fully turning left or right. But you can work around that by turning at the waist. But he looks good. Gotta say, I am impressed and I'm very happy. And maybe I should show off the battle axe a little bit closer so you guys can see. That's the only accessory he comes with. And, you know, I guess if you have bonus blast effects laying around from like other toy collections, you could possibly put those around the battle axe and make it look electrifying. Now on to Silver Surfer, which I have 2 minor gripes about this Silver Surfer. So, first thing I want to say, he looks good. You know, he looks decent enough. He looks like Silver Surfer. All the, you know, articulated joints are there. He could turn at the waist. No, wait, no. There's an ab crunch there. Okay, yeah, okay. It's just blended in with all that silver. It's a little bit difficult to see. But yeah, you know, all the joints are there. And he does come with this cosmic blast effect piece that you could put on either hand, or either arm, I mean. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this guy to stand. Alright, so the 2 things that I have sort of a small gripe with is his surfboard and the display stand for the board, his cosmic board here. If you notice, there's only 1 peg, which means he's not going to be fully stabilized on this board. So the other thing here is this display stand for the board, where the bottom piece is made to sit into the palms of Galactus, and the board is supposed to slide into there, or this is supposed to grip onto it. So I made a small mistake in the previous video I did for this on my other channel, where I said you had to flip the board upside down to slide into that part of the display stand, because it made a lot of sense to me, at least, because see that groove there? I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but yeah, see that line there, that groove in there? It seemed like that's made for that peg. If I just flip it upside down, because it seemed like this, let's see. Yeah, I could just slide this in there, no problem. But it makes no sense because there's nothing to hold Silver Surfer in place. You're just going to have to balance them the best way you can on that flat surface. From what I've seen of other people's reviews of this Galactus, they got the board through that display stand the proper way, where the peg is, you know, sticking upward. I cannot get it for the life of me to do it. Oh, wait. Okay, I got it now. Ah! For some reason, for whatever reason, I cannot I cannot get it to do that before. Oh my goodness. So hold on, let me can I do it the other way? There we go. Okay. For whatever reason, I cannot get it to go in there the proper way. I had to flip the board upside down. So My apologies if I spread any misinformation on my other channel about that board. I am really, really sorry about that. But yeah, you can... Okay, so that's not really a gripe. That was just a false... a mistake. That was just a mistake on my end. But my other gripe still remains about only having one peg on that board. Alright, so there you go. That's what Silver Surfer looks like in the palms of Galactus while that board is on that display stand there. I was able to get it, you know, properly adjusted instead of turning that board upside down, which I made the mistake of doing last time, the first time I opened this. But I was able to figure it out in this video. Alright guys, so that's it for this giant Haslab Galactus, which comes with 3 additional figures: Silver Surfer, Frankie Ray, and Morg there. Also get an extra Dr. Doom head to put on Galactus's body, and additional faces, which looks awesome. I didn't even get to demonstrate my 4-inch figures with this Galactus, but actually I can do that right now for you guys before I end this video. Alright, so there you go. In case if you guys are wondering what 3-inch figures looks like displayed around Galactus here. And I gotta say, it looks pretty epic with the 3-inch figures. And over on the other hand, we have Thor. And down below in ground level, we have Red Hulk and Green Hulk getting ready to fight Juggernaut. And over here, we have Hobgoblin and Green Goblin trying to steal the head of Dr. Doom, but Colossus is going to stop them and stop the day. I mean, save the day. Alright, so I think this is a good stopping point for this review for this giant Haslab Galactus by Hasbro. Definitely happy that I purchased this giant figure. It is probably my top favorite figure in my Marvel Legends collection. Could they improve upon it? Sure, but I think with the amount of engineering that went into this and the size is what matters. This thing is really huge and heavy. You know, it comes with the light features that eventually shut off by itself. Swappable heads. Of course, the faceplates I have back there. And the 3 Heralds of Galactus. Right here, which don't know if I'm going to get them to balance with one hand. I might have to just, yeah, do that. So there you have Morg, Frankie Ray, which also comes with swappable hands, as well as Silver Surfer that comes with the swappable hands. But no swappable hands for Morg here. And get an overhead shot there. I would stand them up, but it's a bit difficult to stand them up with one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other hand, and there's Silver Surfer's board there. Alright. So, would I say this is worth it? For me, I would say yes. Definitely. Definitely worth it. I don't know how they can top themselves. Maybe if they made a bigger Galactus than this? I don't know. But for me, it's hitting that sweet spot of, yeah, I'm happy. Happy that I spent the money on this thing. Alright, this is Toys of Primus, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay awesome.